Hi, everyone. Welcome back. This week, as you know, we are learning about the Fool. We're spending a little bit of time with the card, learning about what it means in a reading. What you can't see right now is that right here, right over here, is my is my cat who just attacked my hand. Um, so I do. She's my girl, so I might get a little bit distracted. So anyways, back to what we were talking about. We are spending some time this week with the Fool, learning a little bit about the card, the symbolism, how it works in a reading, and just sort of delving into the very basics. We're not delving in too deeply. These are more the foundations of what you need to know about this card in order to move forward and learn how to intuitively, once you have the foundation, be able to read intuitively what that card might mean in a reading when it comes up for yourself or for a client. So what we're going to do today is we're going to have just a little bit of fun with it, and we're going to take the Fool. So I've got the Fool already pulled out of the deck, and we're going to do a reading. Now, I'm just gonna cover just a little bit. That sound that you hear is my other cat who is getting into some things behind me. So if you watch the welcome video, hi, this is me. I said you were gonna meet my cats and my dogs. You can hear them. Okay, they have no sense of boundaries, and they're going to interrupt, and I'm not going to edit them out. So before we get into the reading, I just want to explain to you why I want to do this. So as you know, the major arcana are they're the main life-changing events in your tarot reading. So when you're doing a reading for somebody or for yourself, and a major arcana comes up in it, you can be sure that this is a major life-changing event in regards to the question that's going on, or something that they need to do, something that they need to enact in their own life, or an action they need to take. But whatever it is, it's not minor. These are the big life, soul changing, altering sort of decisions that need to be made. So what I like to do when I have these cards and I'm teaching about these, and even when I come up to a question that I think is referenced by this particular card, I like to do a little bit of a reading around it. She's gonna knock some stuff off my table over there. So as we know, the Fool is all about innocence, new beginnings, stepping out and taking that risk and letting the universe guide you, but being prepared to do it at the same time. So it's not jumping off of the cliff with your eyes closed, feet first, and not having any idea of where it is that you're going. What the Fool is telling you is to take that leap. Now is the time. The universe has got you. You got to make sure that that little bag that you got tucked over your shoulder there, you got to make sure that that is packed. In other words, you need to make sure that you're prepared. You need to make sure that you understand fully where it is that you're going. You've done your research, you've prepared yourself, and now you're ready to take that leap right off of that cliff, and the universe is going to be there to protect you. So when I'm thinking about something, when I'm thinking about a major life-changing event, when I started thinking about actually branching out into the online version of what I do professionally, I pulled the Fool out and I did a reading with this, and I asked the cards with the Fool out, was this the risk that was worth taking? Is this what I was meant to do? Have I fully prepared? Am I ready for this? Is this how I'm going to follow my path in life? Because I know that this is what I'm supposed to do. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to take this card, we're going to set it aside, and we're going to shuffle the cards, and we're going to ask them one of those questions. So there's a few questions that I sometimes ask. There's, what do I need to do to follow this dream that I have? Am I prepared to follow my dream? Because that's one of the big things about the Fool, because in the Fool is reversed, that's when you're the little idiot and you're taking off and you're not doing the background work that you need to do in order to be successful, and in order for the universe to be able to provide you with what it is that you're dreaming of. Okay, so am I prepared? So the Fool's not going to lie to you. The tarot cards aren't going to lie to you. The Fool is going to let you know whether or not you are actually fully prepared to take that leap. If I get, if I know that I'm not prepared, what do I need to do? The Fool can help you with that. What do I need to do to prepare to set out on this path? Is this even a risk that I should take? That's a big question. You really need to know that, and the cards will let you know. What are the possibilities if I do set out on this path? See, look, there's a number of different questions that you can ask around the Fool and this journey you're about to take. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to take one of these questions. I'm just going to set this guy aside right now, because like I said, I have some visitors with me today who have taken up all of my space. So normally I would use a little bit more of a spread, but we're just gonna cut the deck and draw a few cards, because this is really just a practice reading. So the question we're going to ask today is, let's see, what do I need to do to follow my dream? That's the first question that was on my list. So let's just go with that. What do I need to do? So you're going to shuffle your cards after setting the Fool aside. You're going to shuffle your cards, and you're going to do a spread. You're going to either spread the cards out, or you're going to cut the deck. So I'm going to cut the deck because that is actually my preferred way of doing readings for myself. When I read for clients, I spread, and I allow them to choose the cards. When I'm choosing for myself, I truly believe that the universe aligns all of the cards for me. So when I cut the deck, I have the answer just right in order for me. Okay, so we've shuffled the deck a little bit here, and we're going to give it a quick cut here. So we'll do that, and we'll do that, and pile it back up. And I'm going to lay out 5 cards. Okay, so 1, 2. I should also, since these are all coming up reversed, I should also let you know that I don't technically read reversals. It's more that I understand that each card has a negative and a positive aspect to it. So I flip them all over the right way. But I can intuitively read whether it's supposed to be a negative or a positive based on the question and the rest of the message. So 3, 4. Okay, so the list of questions that we have here is question number 1, you and your situation. So the question we asked, remember, was, what do I have to do to follow my dream? So the first card that we pulled up is the Knight of Pentacles. I mean, right? Of course, it's the Knight of Pentacles. This is us. This is the situation. We are ready to move off into something that is grounded, that is hopefully going to bring us in some money, some stability. Now, the nights can be a little bit chaotic, so that's probably how we're feeling right now. This night particularly, I don't find him to be particularly chaotic, not like the Knight of Swords. Ooh, hold that boy, or the Knight of Cups. Don't even get me started on that fella. But the Knight of Pentacles I do find to be a little bit more stable. I mean, even his horse is he's just standing there, and they're looking off, and he's got his pentacle right here, and he's looking at it, and he's preparing, right? He's getting ready to ride off into the future with his plans in place. So this is your card, this is your situation, and this is you. You're ready to start off on this adventure that's hopefully going to bring you some cash. I mean, because we all need the cash, right? But also some stability in your life, because pentacles represent not only money, but also, I find, security. So it's all of those earthly sort of things that bring us security. So this is what this night dude's up to. So this is you and your situation. The risks, we've got the Page of Wands. Okay, so there's a lot of fire in this. Pages can be a little bit immature, as we know. So one of the risks, because don't forget, this came up reversed, right? So one of the risks that you're looking at with this is a lack of ambition, possibly a lack of planning. You're too busy looking at what might possibly happen. See how he's staring at that wand? So you're too busy thinking about the little things, about what might happen, and not actually moving forward and actually making something out of this opportunity. So that's just something, just something you might run into. Okay, the potential rewards. 6 of Swords. So you know, I really like this card. I actually like this card a lot, and it it comes up for me a lot because I'm kind of one of those people that's always on the move. So I think that's why this comes up for me a lot. But, you know, the potential rewards of this is leaving behind those stressors, those things, of course, that are bothering you. I do not know if you can hear my dogs, but they are driving me nuts. They're right behind me and they are pacing and it is driving me nuts and it's very distracting. However, what we've got here is this situation. You know, you're able to move away and start a better life. Okay. These are just brief rundowns. We're going to put it all together here in a minute. What can you gain? Ooh, the Emperor. There's some stability for you, right? A little bit of structure, a little bit of stability. So as you're setting out onto this new path that you're thinking about setting off on, the Emperor is here to say that, you know, yeah, if you do this right, I'm here, I'm going to give you that stability. A little bit rigid though. I mean, we have to make sure too that we stay a little bit loosey-goosey because the Emperor can be a little bit of a stick in the mud, right? He can just sort of sorry, it's the cat. He can be a little bit too rigid, a little bit too conforming. So it's something that we want to keep in mind too. But he is definitely going to bring you that stability as you step out onto this. So your advice, it's the last question, the advice and the outcome. Now, would you look at this? You started out on this journey this way, okay? Pentacle to pentacle. This is, you know, he's okay. See, you get it. He's taking off. He's riding his little horse, and this is where you're ending up, pentacle to pentacle. So this was your stability. This was your goal. You were looking for that little bit of cash, but also the stability. And what we're ending up here is not only the stability that you're looking for with the scales right here. I didn't mean to cover it with my finger, but also it's giving you an opportunity to give back. So this is actually really important, I find, when in a situation like this, because a lot of times when you start out, like even when I started out on my journey as a tarot reader, it started out as a way to find some stability, to find some money, and you know, maybe make myself, well, a little bit more stable. I seem to be stuck on that word. And now I'm at the point where here I am, and I'm trying to use my knowledge, and I'm using my gifts to give back just a little bit. So this is where you can end up, and this is also the advice. So if you want to find that stability, if you're looking for, if you want to find that ability to provide that for yourself, sometimes you've got to give back a little bit. Okay, so not only is it advice, not only is it a potential outcome, it's also the advice. So you have to give of yourself in order to receive. Okay, so this all works together really, really well. I think, anyways. I think this is a pretty good reading. So I'm just going to hold up all the cards here again. I can get a hold of them in a way that makes sense. Switch those around. So these are the 5 cards that we pulled, and you can see they really do tell a story. They tell a story here, like you're starting off on your adventure with great dreams, but you're planned, right? You've made your plans, you know, and you're making sure that you're sticking with them. You're allowing yourself to see the growth, but not getting stuck in the little things. You're allowing yourself to move on. You find the stability, and once you find that stability, you're able to give back, and you give back along the way, because you know that that's what you need to do. So what do I need to do to follow my dream? Put this all together. You need to start out. You need to be prepared. You need to make sure you're not focusing too much on the little things and getting lost in that. And you need to allow yourself to move towards that change and give back a little bit. Make sense? So that is a little bit interesting thing here. Another thing, before I was just about to wrap this up, and I just saw something. So another thing that I do like to do a lot of times is I look at the card on the bottom of the deck. So I always find that that's a little bit of a clarifier for me, especially if I'm looking at a reading that just doesn't maybe make all that much sense to me. And I had just set the deck over here, and I set it down upside down, so the bottom card was just sort of there when I turned my head. So what do I need to do to follow my dream? Clarifier of the 7 of Cups. So so far we've already got to the point where we're like, you set off down the road. You make sure that you're not focusing too much on the little things, but enjoying the growth and making sure that you're growing and leaving. This card here in this particular situation, to me, is speaking to delusion. Okay, this is telling me that you really, really need to make sure that you have made your choice, that you have made the right choice, and that you're not getting distracted by all the shiny things along the way. Because let me tell you, this girl right here gets distracted by shiny things. So this to me is a message to ignore everything else that's going to pop up in front of me and take me away from what I'm actually dreaming about. This card, this is my nemesis, because that is a part of my personality that I have been fighting. I am going to be 50 years old in just a couple of weeks, and I have been fighting that. I have been fighting the shiny thing syndrome for 50 years. Well, probably more like 45, because I wasn't fighting it when I was an infant, but you get my point. I have a tendency to do this, to follow the next shiny thing. And this is a definite warning, okay? Make sure that you're focused. Do not get distracted by every shiny thing that pops up in your way, no matter how enticing it is. Make sure that no matter what, where is it here? Keep in mind what it is that you're trying to do. Keep in mind that you're looking for the stability. These two, I find, go really well together. In this particular reading, they don't always, but in this particular reading, these two go really well together. Keep that in mind. Do not get distracted. Okay? If you have any questions, you know where I am. You know where to find me. I'm going to be back next week. Obviously, I'm trying out something new with the videos. I really hope it works for everyone. But as always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me here. You can email me, dionreadstarot@outlook.com. Any way that you want to reach out to me. This is my passion. This is what I do. And I would love to hear from you and maybe work through some things with you. Okay? Have a great day. See you next week. Bye-bye.